After the Prometheus follow-up Alien Covenant was released in 2017, rumors regarding another sequel began circulating online. Despite whispers of cancellation, there is still a glimmer of hope for Ridley Scott's next outing in the universe he helped create 4 decades ago. In 2012, Prometheus was released to decent reviews and was a modest financial success, accumulating $403 million worldwide. In the film, a team of scientists and archaeologists venture off to a distant moon found in ancient star maps. The expedition, which aims to find out more about the engineers who came from the stars to create humanity, is met with strange horrors that change the nature of their mission from discovery to survival.
Cut it off! Cut it off! Cut it off! Cut it off! Cut it off!
5 years later, Ridley Scott would return to direct Alien Covenant, the sequel to Prometheus, in which a ship of interstellar colonists makes a detour to a planet that they speculate has a more hospitable environment than their original destination. Of course, this haven is not what it appears, and the colonists find themselves in the realm of the ever-evolving xenomorphs. While Prometheus did well both critically and financially, Alien Covenant did not. Mixed reviews illustrated Covenant's inability to pack as much of a punch as the previous entry in the franchise. Likewise, the box office numbers didn't wow 20th Century Fox, netting only $240 million worldwide. While the film wasn't without its supporters, it wasn't the kind of success that leaves studios salivating for another sequel. Following Covenant's release, further developments regarding the future of the franchise were scarce, most likely because the film didn't perform nearly as well as Fox had hoped. According to The Hollywood Reporter, Covenant's ticket sales dropped 71% during its second weekend, and Fox reportedly stated that 2 further Alien sequels which had been on the deck would have to be, quote, reassessed. Rumors began to circulate online about the cancellation of the Covenant sequel shortly after the movie hit theaters. A December 2017 report from the fan site AVP Galaxy cited a user on the Blu-ray.com forums who claims to have worked on Covenant and explained, "After the box office results, filming was canceled and a warehouse storage unit full of stuff was auctioned off a few months ago. So the original plan of pumping out another quickly has definitely changed with no immediate plans for anything." Though the validity of the statement hasn't been confirmed, there are indications that the user's account has some truth to it and the film was either canceled or put on hold.
I think it's safe to say that none of us are too keen on getting back into one of those pods.
Before the release of Alien Covenant, Ridley Scott spoke with Fandango saying, "If this is successful and then the next one, there will definitely be 3 more. This could mean a projected total of 6 prequel films before the events of the original Alien, but only if Covenant was a success." Fandango wasn't the only place Scott showed his excitement for the future of the Alien series. In an interview with the Sydney Morning Herald, he enthused, "If you really want a franchise, I can keep cranking it for another 6. I'm not going to close it down again, no way."
That's where I'm going.
Is that the plan? Because
right.
I've heard the next one is what
they don't know yet, but that's what we're doing, Fox.
To drive the point home, he talked about having written the next installment, saying, "You've got to assume to a certain extent success, and from that you'd better be ready." Of course, regardless of Scott's readiness, it was soon apparent that Covenant was not going to be as successful as its predecessor, putting the future of the series in question. Further complicating the matter, the Disney-Fox merger was finalized in early 2019. Reliable information regarding the status of a Covenant sequel has been sparse, but recent reports imply Ridley Scott is still currently working on the project. While it's pretty unlikely we'll ever get to see it, the Covenant sequel does have a title, Alien Awakening. It's set to begin where Covenant left off after David put the survivors of the Origai 6 into cryosleep. After that, everything is pretty much speculative. According to the Sydney Morning Herald, Scott and screenwriter John Logan developed the Awakening script while Covenant was in production. Empire seemed to confirm this with an article that shared supposed plot details. According to the magazine, the engineers hunt down David and his xenomorph embryos as they head off to LV-426, the planet where the crew of the Nostromo land and find the xenomorph eggs at the beginning of the original Alien. However, according to Scott's chat with Fandango, Awakening would bring the series full circle with the film taking place between Prometheus and Covenant. The director explained, "There will be another one before we kind of literally and logically, clockwise, back into the rear back head of the original Alien." Whether that timeline represents a contradiction of Empire's plot summary or was a simple slip of the tongue is hard to say. A 6-minute short film titled Advent, which was featured as extra content on the Alien Covenant Blu-ray, may hold some clues as to what we could look forward to if Awakening ever happens. The film serves as an epilogue to the events of Covenant and sees David send a transmission to the Weyland-Yutani Corporation explaining his reasoning for creating the xenomorphs.
"I come to you with an olive branch. You may know me, and you certainly know of my creator.
Basically, David wants to create a queen that will be able to breed new xenomorphs, thus allowing the species to continue without his intervention. Awakening will still take place before the first Alien film, and, like the other prequels in the franchise, will likely explain the lore surrounding the xenomorphs and scientific excursions that precede those in Alien. Considering the information Advent provides about David's motive, it's unlikely that Awakening will continue to showcase David's dark experiments. At the end of the short, David ominously touches the tube that is housing Daniels while he talks about his hopes of creating the queen. The implication is that Daniels is likely going to serve as some pawn in David's scheme, but exactly what role she will play remains to be seen. Based on what we know from the beginning of Alien, it appears as though Michael Fassbender's David will have a hand in bringing the xenomorphs to LV-426. Fortunately for Ridley Scott, Fassbender has stated that he would be more than happy to continue with his role in future installments. In May of 2019, Fassbender was asked if he would be open to reprising his android character once more.
And yeah, I love the character. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, I definitely enjoy.
He isn't the only actor who has expressed interest in returning to the Alien series. Katherine Waterston is also eager to reprise her role as Daniels. In an interview with The Playlist, Waterston said, "I would be absolutely game to do more if they wanted to have me." Considering that Daniels is the last character to interact with David in Covenant, and the short film Advent hints that she has a more significant role to play in his plan, it's almost certain that Waterston would be called back to reprise her role if Awakening progresses past the writing stage. However, Waterston has expressed that she is relatively in the dark regarding the film's status. According to the actress, "I'm always usually the last person to know even what's going on in my own career, so I'm probably not the best person to ask. But I did get some sense of where they thought they might like to take it when we were shooting Covenant, and it sounded really interesting." Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Looper videos about your favorite movies are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.